She goes by the name EJIRO Sharon Okotien. Hello to you. How are you doing this time, Mama?
Hi, SSB. Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm fine.
How is your end? How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm awesome. I thank God. I'm happy. It's another International Day of Persons with Disabilities, and I mean, it's a privilege to be alive and to be witnessing this time in development and in all that we're beginning to see in the disability community. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Awesome. Would you let us know what kind of disability do you have?
So I'm blind in both eyes. I'm a blind person or a blind woman, as the case may be. And I'm the founder of an organization called the Hope Inspired Foundation for Women and Youth with Disabilities. And basically what we do is to promote and protect the rights of women and youth, particularly those with disabilities, ensuring that there's an enabling environment for them to thrive in society. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know you're a woman of many parts, and regardless of your disability, you have broken many grounds, been able to cross many hurdles, and broke quite a number of ceilings in your career and all that you do. How has the journey been for you? One, as a woman. Two, a woman with disability, through education, in the society, social life, and more.
Thank you, SSB, for that question. So, as you made reference to earlier on, I'm based in Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria, and I've lived more like a reasonable portion of my life here in Nigeria. And I mean, living in Nigeria as a person with a disability is really challenging, and it's even more challenging for us who are women, because again, just being a woman comes with its own, kettle of fish, and then adding disability to it, places you in a kind of like a double jeopardy kind of situation, because the opportunities that are out there, being a woman, several things kind of makes you disadvantaged. Maybe not in all cases, maybe not in every situation, but in a highly patriarchal system like Nigeria, with traditional cultural beliefs that, have male preferences and things like that, women sometimes have to, do extra to have their voices heard, and for a woman with a disability, society also thinks that you cannot, for me, most times people see me, and the first thing for some people that see me, because my disability is physical, I'm blind, and you're like, oh, she cannot. So it's all the things that I cannot do that first comes to mind, even before giving me a chance to say, oh, what can you do? So you have to really take the extra to really get people to prove yourself to people. So I find myself constantly trying to prove myself to people that I'm able, I can't do this, I can't do that. Beyond all the things that I cannot do, there's still a myriad of things that I can do. So give me a chance to do those things. And it has been like that in the education, even in my career, growing my own passion and my dream through my organization. And just in, different aspects of life, social life. You did mention that, some people, I've had somebody tell me once that, oh, I would have married you, but I didn't know you could cook. I didn't know you could. So there are just those funny perception that people have, and as I said, for us women with disabilities, sometimes it's like, it's double jeopardy or double, but I mean, it has been a pretty much of a challenging journey, but at the same time, I've also been able to push through those challenges because I've been privileged to have very solid support family support. I'm privileged to have really wonderful people in my life as friends, as colleagues, as staff, as acquaintances. So I'm blessed with people. That's what I would say. I think I have a gift of people. So that has helped me to navigate the different phases, different courses of life, and the different challenges that each of those phases have brought.
Awesome. So first of all, EJIRO, I would like to, in all honesty, to salute your courage. Salute your courage for the fact that you have been able all through to stand and ask for a chance to prove yourself. Not many people, be it, having disability or the other, is able to do that, to rise and ask for what you are convinced is your right. I salute your courage. So in all of those situations that you stood to ask for a chance to prove your worth, your ability, have you experienced a situation that you were turned down, that you still got a no? And how did you handle a no?
In asking for a chance, there are different ways that I have been able to do that. One of the ways that I've been able to do that is actually really putting myself out there, right? To say, oh, I know that there's so many cannots in your head, but I can't do this. And I think that one of the ways that I have done that is through my organization. That's one of the things that drove me to set up my organization, the Hope Inspired Foundation, because it's a platform that I use to not only build my confidence, but also to help younger women with disabilities to build their confidence as well. And with all of those things out there, people, would maybe come across my video or something on Instagram, say, wow, you're doing amazing stuff, right? And they'll reach out to me. That's one of the ways.
Wait. Are you on Instagram?
Of course I am.
No, wait. Are you on social media?
I am on Instagram as a person, yes.
Really?
And I am on Instagram as an organization, of course. Why not? The world. Why shouldn't I be on social media?
No, wait.
Tell me why.
You're blind. How do you use? How do you interact?
I have assistive technology that helps me do that. So my phone has an enabled. Yeah, my phone has an assistive software. I use an iOS device, and on all iOS devices you have accessibility voiceover. Once that is enabled, of course you can do pretty much any and everything with your phone. The same thing with my computer. My computer has job access with speech. Is a software, screen reader software as well, that reads to me what's on the screen, so I can use my laptop, I can surf the internet, I can prepare PowerPoint presentations, Excel, and all of that. I have a 9 to 5 that I do beyond my organization. I have a 9 to 5 that I do. So I work with an international development organization, and of course that's a very challenging place. It's a very mainstream organization. And to the glory of God, I've been able to thrive very effectively in that space, simply because there's technology that makes me able to compete and work with my colleagues on equal footing. Oh, okay. So I am back to your question about.
Wait. Before you further answer that question, I want to ask you, please, what do you do on Instagram? Do you twerk? Or do you like?
I don't twerk. Why should I twerk? No, please. I'm a professional brand. I can't be twerking on Instagram. Oh, okay. I have people that look up to me. Of course, I use Instagram to. Okay. I use Instagram to, show the world what I do. My work. So on Hope Inspired Instagram page, you find a lot of things that we do, the projects we've done, our beneficiaries and all that. So it's just a platform to really showcase to the world what we are able to do, what I have been able to do, and also pull other people, build a formidable team to join me in that passion of amplifying the voices of women and girls with disabilities. So I use Instagram, I use Facebook, I use LinkedIn, and all of the other I'm not so active on Twitter because it's not a space I'm so good with. But yeah, I have a Facebook page personally and on an organizational basis. So yeah. Back to your question, I'd say one of the ways.
Is it because they say there are many bad child on Twitter?
No. No, that's not the reason. I'm not so much of a social media person. So I just use it for what I need to use it for, basically. Yeah, so you cannot really find me on so many of them. So as I said, one of the ways that I've been able to prove myself or get people to see what I can do is it's actually putting myself out there, always showing up, and not just showing up, but actually showing up and bringing my value to the table. The second way is I've had to forcefully push it through, and of course I've received no's. There's an experience I always like to refer to. I think it was in 2015 when I was out of job, 2016, and I went to a particular organization to volunteer my service. I mean, I didn't ask them to pay me. I wanted to volunteer. And as soon as the CEO realized I was blind, he totally just, became really hostile to me and was like, what do you think you can do around here? How are you even going to come to work? He talked to me so rudely, so badly. And it was just all about somebody already saying, writing me off, like, what do you have to bring to the table? So it was just really about that. And I knew that, I left that place feeling really bad, but again, they say people act, based on the level of knowledge that they have. And I'm sure that maybe in years to come, he might have come across my work or things that I have done and probably regretted that action. So that's just one of those kind of people, but you don't let it get you down. I mean, the nose should kind of build you and move you to want to do more and push more, So for every time that I get a no, it propels me to push to do more and to be more.
Yeah, I want to say unequivocal that he or she who loses or miss EJIRO Sharon Okotie lost a life. Lost a life.
Lost a life. Like that.
Really? All right. Now, let's take it on because of our time. Now, so in all of these challenges, who would you say is at fault or not doing enough? The society or the government?
Well, this is not a blame game. I would say that, as I just said a little while ago, people behave, like they say, you behave, what you do is highly dependent on the level of knowledge that you have, right? So on every side, every individual has a role to play, even persons in the disability community, because the truth is, there are some self-imposed discrimination. I don't know if you know that. You can impose discrimination, you can self-discriminate, you can discriminate on yourself. So persons in the disability community have a role to play in ensuring that they are pushing out a positive message, a positive narration, a positive story about disability and what persons with disabilities can do, right? Society has a role to play in terms of understanding that disability is not deficiency, is not disadvantage. Disability doesn't mean that we are different or we are not humans. Disability is just one kind of human, one sect of the human race that God has created, or whatever condition or whatever has put us in that situation. So we are living life differently. We are all living life differently, and society needs to recognize that, and also recognize that they have a role to play. I made reference to having solid support from my family, right? So even family members have a role to play as well. How are you raising your children with disability? Are you taking the power from them by constantly helping them to do everything?
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt you right there. Are you saying, trying to help persons with disability with all they need is not really helpful? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
What I mean, right? Teaching that child with disability to say you can do any and everything that you aspire to, right? It's a different thing from totally disabling that child. So there are some families, I mean, I experienced that early in my life because my family was so protective of me. Like, first off, because I was a girl and they were so afraid that I was vulnerable to abuse, right? And they would never allow me to do so many things. So it took me a while. I was in my 20s when I started to go out for the first time. I was so dependent on people, so dependent. Like, they wouldn't allow me do anything, go anywhere, do anything. Let one cousin must go with you, one person must do this or that, you know. And at the time, everybody had to move on with their lives, you know. So I was stranded at that point, and I started to blame them. Like, I know you people love me, but I feel like you loved me to the point where you rendered me useless. Like, I couldn't do anything. It was tough, having to pick up my life again, having to, you know, learn to be independent. And to an extent, even till now, I still feel like I meet other blind persons and some of the things that they do, and I'm like, God, these people are so daring. Can I try this? You know, but I mean, I've come a long way. I'm a lot better than from where I'm coming. So I always tell parents that you can love your children, but give them room to, you know, go out there, experience the world, to make their mistakes, learn from them, you know, to do the things that their peers will do, you know, so that they can just live independent lives. So that's what I meant by taking the power from them, you know, when you're overprotective. So it's overprotectiveness. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So society has a role to play. Family has a role to play. The government has a role to play. So everybody needs to put their role. And the theme for this year says a united action to rescue and achieve the sustainable development goals with, for, and by persons with disabilities. So it means that these actions are not only one-sided. It's not only for one person. People with disabilities cannot sit back and fold their hands and say, oh, the government owes us. No, right? Yes, we have our rights, right? But you also have to do something. You have to bring something to the table. They said meaningful contribution. What are you adding to your community? What are you adding to your country? What are you doing, you know, to improve yourself, to improve the people around you? That would even create a room for the government. You know, sometimes government will do certain things, you know, like, you know, because we have a charity model mentality in Nigeria. On a day like this, you see organizations buying wheelchair, buying my washing machine, buying my sewing machine, and all those things. And then you give it to the people with disabilities in a way to empower them. And they'll go and sell it. So have they helped the people that help them like that? Do you understand what I mean? So somebody takes their money, even though charity model is not the best approach. But I mean, some people do. Some people need that sewing machine to be able to move ahead in life. What stops you from putting that thing to use? Use it to start up your business, and then use that business as a means of employment for other persons with disabilities. Do you understand what I mean? That's the responsibility. So people with disabilities themselves have a role to play. The government has a role to play. Every single person. That's why I started by saying it's not a blame game. It's just for each and every one of us to understand that we need a united action. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So, lastly, would you like to share with us your the social media handles for your organization and the website and everything that we need to know so that we can find you? I really want to know and see more that you do, especially on Instagram.
Find us
on Instagram.
Oh my God, SSB! This is why you're emphasizing this Instagram. I don't understand
because I know what many people do on Instagram.
No, don't worry. Go to Hope Inspire page. Even if you come to my EJIRO page, I mean, I'm a brand now, so I can't do anyhow. There's a lot of young people that
oh shit, boss lady.
There are a lot of young people that are looking up to me, so I have to make sure that I have a right posture. But I mean, if you come to my personal Instagram page, you will certainly see some fine things.
Oh, shit.
Like fine.
Oh shit. Like today's bread, very fresh, oh smoky.
Like fresh bread,
on your butter.
Okay. Okay, so our Instagram page, on Instagram and on Facebook, our handle is just Hope Inspired Foundation. So HOPEINSPIRED Hope Inspired Foundation on Facebook and on Instagram, and on X is Hope Inspired F on X. So on LinkedIn, on Instagram and Facebook, that's our name, Hope Inspired Foundation. So once you search that, you'll find us. And if you want to find EJIRO as a person, on Instagram, I'm Okotie EJIRO. On LinkedIn and Facebook, I'm Okotie EJIRO Sharon. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so kindly, EJIRO, for sharing with us your time, your experience, and everything that you do. No, I mean, I didn't mince words when I said earlier that anyone who misses EJIRO Okotie, sorry, you mean something, because you can tell from this short conversation we've just had with her that she is highly intelligent. What do I say? What more do I say? Thank you so much, and keep doing all that you do to inspire people around you and within and outside your community. We appreciate you and we celebrate you, EJIRO Okotie.
Thank you so much, SSB, for having me. And as I said earlier on, it's International Day of Persons with Disabilities. So the last thing I would like to put out there is for everyone that is listening, or for everyone that would listen later on, to keep asking yourself, what is that one thing that I can do to improve the life of a person with a disability, or to improve the disability community, or to improve, the disability movement as a whole, either within your community or your country or globally, generally. So it's a call to action to all of us. The SDG must deliver to everyone, including persons with disabilities. Thank you. I know one